Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, from wherever it is you're joining us from. My name is Ebere Meritelma Onwe, and I'm the ED and founder of Sisters Ally Foundation. And this is our January section for our online mentorship for women, right? But like we'll always say, these sections are exactly not gender specific. Anybody could benefit from it. So whether it's you a man, a woman, a boy, or a girl, trust me, you're in the right place. In the right place. And let's dive right into our section for today. We have our guest here, Ozioma, who also
Hello.
happens to be the project coordinator for SAF, that's Sisters Ally Foundation. And yeah, Ozioma, just introduce yourself.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much, Sisters Alive, for this opportunity to be here. My name is Ozioma Nlewedim. I'm from Abia State. I'm a digital brand strategist. I help businesses grow online. I'm also an HR and I'm also an event planner. I, as you can see, I do a lot of things, but being part of Sisters Ally is one of my passions, especially being a project coordinator. So thank you for bringing me into this live session as a guest. Thank you so much.
It's actually a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure. It's my pleasure. All right. So, can you share a bit of your volunteering experiences? When did you start volunteering?
Okay, I started volunteering since 2018. We didn't have an NGO or an organization there. We just good people that came together to help people. Then I started working with SAF 2020 till now, and my experience so far has been eventful. It has been I've been experiencing growth. Has been My life has experienced a shift since I started working with the NGO space and volunteering in general. My first time as a volunteer, at while I was in school, that's in 2018, I learned. It gave me a reason to improve myself because I wanted to be better so that I'll be able to help others. So I'm not, and it didn't stop me from also volunteering for others, even when I'm still building myself. So I think the volunteering experience has been wonderful and it has also helped me to develop myself in different aspects of my life.
Yeah, so I was actually about to ask you that. I was about to ask you if there has been any experience so far, right? You volunteered with a group of people, right? You said it
Mm.
wasn't an organization per se, it was just a group of friends coming together to help people to better the lives of
Mm.
others, right? So
Yes.
and I know you also volunteered as a kid in church and a couple of other things like that. So I wanted to ask if there was a particular experience that you had that you can still remember till date that helped to shape you somehow, as a volunteer, something that has helped you in other areas of your life so far. Let's know if there's any experience like that that you can share with us.
Okay. I think there's one experience a when I was a student, 2018. We did this food outreach and resources. We gathered resources, books, food, and clothes that we gave to people in our school environment. To had a little village around it. So when we met, we brought these reliefs to these people. The mother of the boy, which we gave one of those things, you see how happy she was, the prayer she made over us. And she also took us to other people so that she was trying to express herself in gratitude to what we did. And me seeing how much suffering they are going through, me seeing how much the kind of joy that little thing you did for them brought to them, it's encouraged me to work on myself, because you have to be a light to help other people. Your light have to shine to others. It's changed my mentality of being someone that just want to just live my life on my own and just be good to those that are good to me, and just now live life, just have your money, marry, uh, have a just have a good husband and stuff. To just change my life. I now want to be someone that want to help people. I want to be
Yeah.
involved. So it changed my life in that aspect. It changed my life. I want to now. I don't want to now just live the average mediocre life. I want to be able to be someone that's a lady of impact. So it made me to start building myself. I don't want to just wait for one man to come and marry me. The one man will marry me, sure. But I'm just trying to say that building yourself, it's encouraged me to be a better person, helped me
Yeah.
to live better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really nice. Okay, so um talking about that, that was the experience you had, and I,
Yes.
like I will always say, I really love that perspective, that you got from
Mm,
there, just because you saw how impactful it was for some other people. Then you decided you can actually do more, right? By being more, you can do more for others. Okay,
mm,
so, and I would love to know your thoughts. So, people would say, right? People would say, you have to help yourself to be able to help other people. You have to
yes.
grow to a certain level of, develop some certain level of financial capacity before you can be able to make donations or sponsor or support others. So, and I would really love to get your perspective with that, because I know a couple of times, and I'm sure you've also had the same experience with me, when we walk into
Mm.
some offices and they are asking us like, so what do you do for a living? And you say what you do for a living, and they're like, okay, who is your husband? Are you married? And they're like, who is your father? They're trying to understand the motive.
Yes, they want
Why
to
are you
know
doing
where
this thing
why is
you're
that
doing?
you
Why?
don't
Why?
have
Is
enough
it that you don't have a
for you
life?
want
You
to
don't have any
spend.
business to do for yourself? So
Are you
they
Mother
believe
Teresa?
that,
That's the next thing you hear.
yeah, they believe that philanthropy and helping is for people that have gotten to a certain age, a certain class, a certain level. So what do you think? Is it that your life is set as it is now, you have it all figured out? Is that why you're volunteering?
I want to make it known to everyone on this live session is that my life is not set to. This is not where I want to be. Let us talk about that one first. When being a volunteer or being able to volunteer, you first have to have a passion for people. And having a passion for people, you don't need to have hundreds of millions in your account. You don't need to have your dream job where you're the boss, you can leave and come out anytime. You have to be able to give even in your little time, in your little space. Because when you're able to give at that time, when you'll be able to give when you are in a bigger situation, or when your life has set. Let me put it that way. Because the thing is that no matter what you do in this life, your life will never reach that. If you will reach that level, but you will never. You see, human being, we are insatiable. So if we reach a particular level we set for ourselves, we still want to reach another one. So when you are not willing to give at your little time, I don't think it will be you be it's you easily give when you have more than enough. That's where I view it. So I think people should be able to give, or should be able to give their resources, their time, their finance to any social work, or anything they want to volunteer in, not just because they have enough, it's because they see the need and they want to help the need. Let's take for instance this P2B move. I didn't know that Nigeria can show support to somebody, or to any politician, like they've shown to support the P2B. I'm sorry we are bringing P2B to this thing, but people, he started the way he is, and people started giving out their their designs, their videos, and from there, people started volunteering, people started bringing money, and it started growing. If P2B didn't start with the little he has, do you think people would have supported him till now? That's it. You just have to start. You just have to start helping or volunteering with what you have. And one thing again, people used to say, "Yeah, I don't know how I can help you people. I don't have money to help you people." People always think volunteering is all about helping. Or I'm just working. How will I want help? Let me focus on my work. Let me tell you, if you want to help, you create out time and help. That's what the truth. You create out time to be. You create out time to help. You you'll be able to find out that I don't know I could do this. I don't know what in a day I can achieve 10 tasks in 10 different places because you really want to do them. No matter how you say, I don't want to stress myself, I don't want to do this, I think it will strain me. When you do it, you find out it's something that is not straining. It's because you've not had the heart to give. So I believe anybody who have a heart, not just to give their time, to give their resources, will do it without reaching a particular level or reaching that place they want to be. That's my own view.
Okay. Yeah, so so far since you've been doing this giving thing you've been talking about, said giving and
Mm,
giving and giving and giving, has it added anything to you? Do you feel like there has been any benefit so far? Is there any particular experience you can share and say,
mm.
this is where SAP has helped me? This was the time where SAP, where I observed that I've really gotten a lot, from volunteering, or I've actually grown, or I've become better at this and that. Are there times
Okay.
like that? Do you have experiences like that?
Yes. You know, the Bible says, "Give and it shall be given unto you." It said, "Push down, press down together." The way the Bible expressed how you receive your giving back. I'm not saying that every giving you are giving, maybe I'm not saying that you should give only with the mentality of receiving back, but it's not how you will give that you not get back. Me working with SAP, I've learned a lot. I've learned things that people of my peers, most of them that do not know what I know now, they'll have to pay, let's say, thousands of naira to get it. And SAP did not just develop me in knowledge; it developed me in my character and experience. I found out skills about myself that I didn't know how. Like my public speaking skill has been sharpened when I was with SAP. Like I was there's an instance where my sister's friend came to the house. He had issues in the NGO he was working because he was working in an NGO and he was being paid. This one is not passion related, it's just working because there's job opportunity there. And he had to prepare some reports and M and E. And when he was talking about it, myself was like, Ozma works with an NGO. Let her tell you what is, let us help you solve the problem. By the time I saw the problem, I solved it. And it's because if I didn't work with SAP, I wouldn't have solved it. And him now is viewing me with this view of this girl has gone far. This girl has gone so far. Do you know the kind of training she must have gone through? And the truth is that I'm so confident in myself now, working with any organization, any place, because it has built my interpersonal skills. I've I've worked with the small, I've worked with the oldest people, I've worked with people of my age level, my age mates, post subordinates, and leader. So it has built me. I think it has built me to an extent where I can stand to defend myself anywhere. So thing about volunteering in my own space is not just I know the money is good. It's good you don't allow anybody to cheat, don't allow anybody to use you. But when you want to work for somebody, want to volunteer, this offer is something you have to willingly see the need and you want to be part of it because you see the need, you see the solution that will come out from you being part of it. So when you see that need and you work with them, you see those experiences that you see daily, those period where you have to enter villages, those times where you have to really want to talk to children, those things build you up. You won't be the same. There's no how you come out the same because you know one thing about doing something, when you've done something before and you do it again, you become good at it. That's just how life is. So I think I'm good at a lot of things now just because I'm part of self.
Okay. So we've been talking about all the good things we get by volunteering, you know. Are
Mm.
there, is there like a flip side? Are there challenges, disadvantages, a couple of things you look at, and sometimes you feel like, is this really worth it at the end of the day? So are there experiences? Have there been times where you just felt like, it's like I'll take a break from all these things?
There are times where I felt like this is taking my time more. And when you're volunteer most times, it's good you volunteer and also have something that gives you money or sustains you. When I had a time in SAF where I had to choose between my work that was actually paying me and SAF and the passion I'm working for. I had my time so choked that in fact, I was in crossroad because I wanted to be here and here. So I had to choose. So being a volunteer, most times you might come to that experience. But what made me overcome that time was I had to choose what was more important to me. Is it giving this value or working here and getting this money and being here all the time? So, and God helping me, I already had my own skills, I already built skills before now, which was also earning money for me on my own without the work I was doing. So it was easy for me to switch over to say, I don't need this work. I really want to work with Sav and all. So I think this is one of the experiences that is negative towards the volunteering for me. And also, the Nigerian space, people have different views of working with an NGO. So a lot of persons see you as a rich woman. If you say, I'm with this NGO, you're a rich woman. Why? Sometimes funds don't always come, sponsors don't always come, but the work has to be done. We have already set out plans, we already set out things that we want to do for our community. So getting that thing done, most times you don't think maybe there will be an AC card that will take you there, or where you are going to when you get there, there's this let's say surety that what you are going to do it must turn out well. Rain will not fall, sun will not beat you. In fact, they'll carry umbrella and follow you. There will be exports everywhere. So, when you're working with an NGO organization, you just have to have this in mind that this is what I want to do, and it is I have a passion following this. So if you don't have that passion, I think you give up towards the end.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And thank you very much for all the answers you've given to those questions, because there's something I want to say. Everything we enjoy today, the civilization we enjoy today, the religion we enjoy today,
Hmm.
was brought to us by volunteers. Some of
Yes.
them were not paid. Some may have had some benefits attached to their coming here, but majority of them just came because they really wanted to help and they wanted to bring light,
Hmm.
especially in the church, the missionaries. Most of them
Hmm.
did not live in fancy houses. They lived, with us, comparing where we were and where they
Hmm.
were coming from. And it must have been a very high degree of discomfort, right? But they had to
Yes.
bring down themselves, they had to go through all those things to make sure that we get here today, right? We get
Yes.
education. It was the missionaries that brought education to us, they brought the light literally to us in Africa. So, and now you can imagine if those people decided, I think I have to, build myself, become better, have more money. Maybe we'll still be struggling to come out of the stone age in
Hmm.
Africa. So what I'm trying to say is that the more we shy away from volunteering, the more we keep other people in the dark. My mantra, right? My mantra for doing social work is that some people help me get where I am today. I'm not
Yes.
self-made. I don't
Yes.
believe in being self-made.
Hmm.
because I can count a couple of people who helped my parents at some point, during for my
Mm.
education, for health, even for the clothes I wore growing up. I had cousins who gave me their clothes. I had people
Mm.
give me food. Even if it's just your parents, say, no uncle helped us. Your parents helped you. Some
Mm.
people don't have parents to help them. Some people don't have parents to help them. Some people have parents,
Yes.
but it's as good as they don't have. They're not contributing anything,
Mm.
right? And you are in the same society with these people. You are growing with them. They are growing with you. They don't know what you know. They've not seen the light you've seen. And we complain about terrorism, we complain about poverty, we complain about kidnap, theft, and
Mm.
other things, all the backwardness. It's ignorance. People act based on what they know, what they've been exposed to, right? So if a kid around you is not in school and you're not bothered, you're putting your generation at risk, because that kid is not learning what your kids are learning. You don't expect them to behave like your kids tomorrow, and you
Mm.
cannot afford to wait till you have all the money before you can do something to help, right? So just like you said, when you were in school, you came together to do something. Maybe one person wouldn't have done something substantial, right? But because
Yes.
you have come together, we have donors, we have people who support us in SAF because they are very busy. They can't run an organization. So they attach themselves to us, they give what they can give, and we all come together to get the job done.
Mm.
So we can't afford to keep waiting for when things are it's all okay for us.
Mm.
Things may never be all okay for you, but you are not doing bad. Nobody is, most of us are not doing too badly for ourselves, but there are people
No,
who
we are
are
not.
way doing way worse. There are still girls who don't even know what sanitary pad looks like. They are in the villages.
It's true.
There are communities. There's a community where in Abakaliki here, where when a girl is seeing her period, she still has to stay in a hot. They have this wooden, this mud bed, not wooden,
Mm.
mud bed, where she has to lie. She doesn't come out. She doesn't communicate to anybody. Just throw food in there for her. She eats. She stays there all through her period till she's done. So the idea is that is the wood the mud bed is made of
More.
earth, so it has to
Yes.
it sucks up the blood. So whenever she starts seeing her period, she still goes back there. So there's no hygiene anything, right? And this is a girl that can come out tomorrow and someone will get married to her. She might
Mm.
have high degree of infection. So, and sanitary pad, how much is it? Right? So, but even if you don't have the time to start your own NGO, you can volunteer. Like I tell our team members, when you get too busy, right, with
Mm.
work and stuff, you can decide to be a financial partner. You can start
Mm.
giving 1,000 naira every month, 2,000 naira every month to support the work. Even if it's not to help the girls directly, to support the team. You know how we do
Mm.
it. You can use it for logistics, transportation, for feeding for people who go into the villages, for data, for airtime, to keep the work going, right? So
Mm.
people think this thing is a big, is one big. It's not a big deal. Like it's not something
No,
so
it's
big.
not a
You
big
can
deal.
do the little you can, the little you can.
Mm.
So um that's just basically what we are trying to say in this thing. We know that volunteering as a youth in Nigeria is not easy because the economy is bad, right? People need money to survive. And just like you already
Yes.
mentioned earlier, you spoke about people looking at you like you must have made a lot of money for you to be volunteering in an NGO space, right? But that's not how it
Mm.
is. Okay, that's not how it is. And I'm really grateful for this section, right? It's been an
Yes,
amazing
I'm
one, and
grateful too.
I really hope it helps a lot of people. Thank you very much for joining us on this section. And yeah, we'll see
Thank
you
you
again
very
some other
much.
time. Yeah, we'll
See
see you
you
again some other time.
again. Bye.